going to just talk about these steps, I just want to point out that we did the mock-up in InDesign as the Adobe assignment together. I'm actually grading these right now, so that's great. So you don't need to worry about number one if you did that in class with me. If you were not in class, then you do need to work on that. And that is laid out in assignment 5, as well as available through all of the videos in your course materials. Go over each of those things. Now, the dummy book, not due until midweek this week, because remember, I am away. I even tried to get my flight to come back a little early, and I could not. So this is, again, another work at home day. Your dummy book is this really a layout book, and I'm going to show you what I mean maybe for some of you. So I just sort of Googled book design layout, and I noticed this beautiful like page here where it has this large number 4. I think that because we're talking about a step-by-step book, it intrigued me. So, you know, does your page look like this? Is there a large step 4 here, and then a little caption, and then an image, and then a column? Or is it something that's more like this, where you have an illustration next to a heading in one color and a text in another color? Are there pages that have color behind them? Is there a photograph? These are the sort of things I want you to be thinking about and laying out. What is you can even do some sketching. It doesn't all have to be digital if there is some essential sketching that you need to do to lay things out. I'm just looking at this cute little kind of cut and pasted thing that doesn't really apply to our book because it's a step-by-step book, but maybe your step-by-step book is going to look something like this, right? Maybe you've chosen sort of a monochromatic theme and decided that your photographs are going to be in black and white. Maybe you know now that you want your headings to be a certain size font and your body text to be a little smaller, and that you're not going to have any full bleeds or something. So you're laying out what the steps and the images and the layout's going to look like. You know, is there a big page with an image and then, sort of like the title over the image? Let me see if I can find some more. This is Pinterest. You can use Pinterest if you want. It can be a little bit of a black hole, I think, as far as kind of killing creativity, so watch out. But yeah, so is your book layout, do you have one side that's all illustration that bleeds over or kind of runs over to the other side where the other part of the page is text? This is what your layout is, and you're presenting me with, when we print this out, a copy essentially, and yourself of how to plug things in later, right? So you're going to then put your images and your text in. So I wish I could find a couple more examples, but I am hoping that you kind of get the idea. For instance, here's one, right? Here's a column, here's a step, there's a long column type of photograph. You could write that. You could say step 5 here, and you could put it in with the size font. Say like, you could do the text filler here if you don't have that whole step, and some of you are going to have very, very short steps. And then you might say like photo here, and you might outline that box and say like caption here, or maybe it's not even a caption, maybe it's another illustration. So you're sort of devising what you want this overall book to look and feel like, what the colors might be, etc. I think I've now explained that enough. I'm going to go back here and just say, all right, so then we get back to class and we print those out, and then you're going to take that home on Wednesday or Thursday, and throughout the weekend as well as the following Monday and Tuesday, you're going to be working on your rough draft, which is going to be actually including all of that imagery and text. So essentially, it's great. We learned how to do paragraph styles. We learned how to do heading styles, all of that stuff. You can just be plugging in your text and dropping it in, writing it in a different document if you want, and dropping it in. And then I'll be doing one-on-ones and reviewing those. And so that by the time you have to make a final draft, you know exactly what it's going to look like. We're going to be sprucing it up and fixing it up and tightening it up. And you'll still have that whole second week to finish it. So like I said, feel free to ask me any questions via email. There's the specs for your book size. This is just some information for you to like enjoy as an example for how tedious and detailed books can be, but your book list is right here. You can change it, and here are the basic book vocabulary that we went over. Okay, hope that was explained enough, and good luck with your books. I'm so excited to see what you come up with.